Welcome to Puppet State TV. I am your host, Marionette, bringing you a global roundup of the news that matters. First up, Choco Ration up 20 grams. Double plus good. Spontaneous celebrations honoring the over-fulfillment of the third five-year plan have broken out all over Oceania. Armaments production is up over 60% and ammo production is up over 40%. Meanwhile, on the Mexico border, running gun battles between DEA agents, border patrols, the Mexican army and drug dealers continue with 5 dead and 12 wounded. Mexican officials claim today that the violence will only end when Americans' noses stop acting like giant vacuum cleaners sucking up coke. And just a mention from our sponsors. Coke is it, and contains it even today. Let's not forget, folks, it was supposed Afro-American access to cocaine through Coca-Cola in the 1930s which prompted southern U.S. law enforcement agencies to upgrade from the weaker .32 round to the larger .38 caliber man-stopper round. But, of course, in a country that executes the mentally retarded, what can you expect? As long as some kid in Nebraska keeps mainlining huge rows of coke and chugging down half a pound of Mexican Sensimilia, the problem will continue. Mexican drug lords want guns and consumers. Americans want drugs to while away their fetid, dictatorial existences. It is NAFTA, the North American Free Trafficking Agreement. All they need now is the proposed superhighway running from Canada to Mexico City, and we can have truckers tripping on speed deliver weapons for drugs night and day. Ever notice no matter how hard we try and keep the poison of drugs out of our communities, it slips in? It is almost like someone wants it there. Is it so strange in a world of legalized death administering devices ranging from the cigarette to alcohol to the electric chair? Now Communist China has gone the final step with mobile electric chairs mounted on trucks and the disposed of corpse being vivisected for harvested organs to sell to fat Westerners who have ruined their own livers with drink. What a neat system. We live off the bodies of those caught in the gears. The machinery is greased with our blood. Each day more people are added to it like fodder or fuel. The drug war will continue as long as we can bust the brown man for Mary Jane, and for as long as our own existences are so miserable we must drug ourselves out of our tiny little minds. Today Alpha magazine listed the top hedge fund managers who have made billions in the middle of this great economic depression. Alpha magazine lists who are the alpha males in our society. Who are the top monkeys that mate with any females of their choice in the ape harem. It is by this magazine we measure who is the alpha male. Who is the top dog? Whom we have to groom and pick fleas off. The hedge fund managers have reaped billions in the positions as head honchos, as the real workers of this society are lived off in a parasitic fashion. And now we are thrust back into the 30s with another Great Depression. The Great Depression occurred because we could not pay for World War I, the war to end all wars. The only thing that got us out of the Depression was World War II, and that was paid for with the Cold War. Starting to get the picture? Massive armaments production and drug trading runs our corrupt systems. It doesn't matter whether it is centrally planned socialism or centrally planned capitalism. The result is the same. And the same alpha male monkeys are at the top, masturbating on us all below. Kiss the big red baboon bum and enjoy your servitude. Say you'll break out, you never do. You're just another ant in the hill. It is your life sentence. The American government has recently announced the removal of a 109-year-old tax on telephone calls instituted to pay for the Spanish-American War of 1898. The Spanish-American War was begun by later President Teddy Roosevelt after the deliberate mining of the USS Maine by American agents in Havana Harbor. This false flag attack was used as an excuse by Roosevelt, a Bohemian Grove member, to attack Spanish-held Cuba. Roosevelt used his position as second-in-command in the Department of the Navy to override his weak boss, and then used the victory over Spanish Cuba to climb his way to the height of American politics. Later, President McKinley was shot by an agent of the Bohemian Grove posing as an anarchist after the public forecasting of the assassination in a poem by Bohemian Grove member, Ambrose Bierce. Roosevelt, a relation of fellow Grove member FDR, went on to be president. The telephone, being a newly instituted piece of technology, was taxed to pay for the Spanish-American War. The government was reaping the benefit of this tax right up until 2008. This should give you some idea of how war economies persist. You end up paying up the ass again and again even when the war has been officially over for 100 years. Meanwhile new wars begin and some never end. Remember the armaments burn-off that was the Cold War? That went on from 1945 to 1991 and has just started up again under the Obama-Putin regimes. When will it end, you ask? Only when these criminal madmen, who are in each other's pockets, either are stopped or they destroy the world. As ocean levels rise, as polar caps disappear, as coral reefs are bleached, as the last species are killed off, and as the environment is irrevocably polluted, we continue to fiddle like Nero as Rome burns. Yet it is not all of us. Many do not even get enough to eat each day. The time has come to ask who you are. Are you one of the consuming fat cats at the top of the pyramidal hierarchy looking on down below at those who are subservient? Are you inner party or pro? Decisions must be made and sides chosen as the final showdown for the Earth approaches.